everyone, it's Jonathan and welcome to the second of a three-part mini-series on the Disney Plus series Short Circuit. Today Rachel and I are talking about the second half of Season 1, and next week we'll be back to talk about all 6 episodes of Season 2. However, if you're too excited to wait, there is currently an extended extra long cut of all 3 episodes up now on my Patreon, so if you want everything now, make sure to check that out. So, something unrelated to any of the shorts, but I thought was interesting about most of the shorts, because last time I mentioned that with all the directors we were talking about, a lot of them had left Disney. This time I think only one of them has gone from Disney, and
Really?
the rest of them have worked there almost all about 12 years. It was interesting. There was like
Well,
12 and a few months or almost 12 years.
what's what I felt a little bit frustrated watching these. I don't know why more than the last time, but a little bit that it's like, where has this talent been? Why haven't we seen this artistry and these interesting ideas and these just anything that was like fresh and exciting in Disney animation? Like, where has this talent been?
Yeah. A lot of these, like, they're all so unique, but they all have a distinct style to them. And
Hmm.
it's like, I want more of this.
Yeah.
Like, these were all like 2 minutes. I think one might have been 3 minutes, but for the most part, these are all extremely short. It's like, I want more of this.
Yeah, they were all really, really short, these ones. And it just sort of made me think, like, what is going on at Disney?
Probably the same thing that I feel like happens with most of the stuff. It's the people up top dictating too much, and the artists
Yeah.
don't have enough say.
Yeah.
Well, the first one is Hair Jitsu. This one is directed by Brian Estrada, and he, according to LinkedIn, because most of these I looked up on LinkedIn, he's the first assistant editor at Walt Disney Animation, and I think he must have recently got a promotion because he was listed as second assistant editor on his most recent credits,
Oh.
and he's worked there for over 12 years.
Yeah, it was fun because these first 3 that we saw had a Asian quality to them. Like it felt like so that was kind of fun to see like different voices from different cultures and perspectives.
Even Downtown. Downtown was, I didn't see, like, it was based in LA, but the characters had no
Hmm.
faces, so
Yeah.
I didn't get like a,
But just sort of that like martial arts kind of like feel a little bit to some of these early ones.
I guess I could see that with Downtown. Well, for Hair Jitsu and Jinghua, those definitely.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah.
I guess Downtown, I was thinking of it more as like an involuntary dance, but maybe martial arts is.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to describe what happened in Downtown.
Yeah, that's true. It was more of like a modern dance kind of thing.
Yeah, probably. I thought it was interesting that Hair Jitsu, he said, was a combination of 2 ideas. And one was him like growing up doing Taekwondo, but the other was his best friend's daughter who had hair down to her knees. And they were saying like, what's going to happen when you finally get your hair cut?
Yeah.
So the idea kind of got combined with the Taekwondo aspect, and it's a little girl fighting off an evil barber with her hair doing Taekwondo.
Yeah, and I liked the hybrid animation that they used. The mixture of 2D and CG was fun.
There was a lot of hybrid animation in this batch.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why haven't we seen any of this? Like, where is this? Uh, certainly wasn't apparent in Wish, like what is going on?
For a few sequences in some of these, I was thinking, this is what Wish wanted to be.
Yeah.
Because they did such a good job of combining the 2D and 3D aspects in most of these.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and certainly, I mean, 1 or 2, the animation was nice, but nothing particularly like groundbreaking or interesting or, like it looked fine, but it's just been a long time since we've seen anything from Disney, from proper Disney that has been exciting animation wise.
What's their next thing coming out? Like Disney itself, not
Zootopia
Pixar.
2,
Oh, okay. Have they announced anything after that?
Frozen 3 and 4.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, besides the sequels.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's rough for sure.
It would be really cool if they would give one of these directors something. Just
Yeah.
let them go all out. We'll get to it eventually, but with Zenith, that director, Jennifer Stratton, was talking about how she was so inspired by Fantasia, and I was like, why can't we have another Fantasia if you've got people there who want to do something like
Yeah.
Fantasia?
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Like, why can't we get something that's exciting? And I mean, I would love if one of these sequels, if we got something like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish,
Mm,
that really blew me away.
mm-hmm.
I would. No one would be more happy than me about that.
Yeah,
The bar has been set high, high.
yeah,
Disney's it's gotta keep up.
yeah, they do. And they obviously have the talent. They
Yeah.
could.
That's why it was kind of frustrating watching these. I'm like, what is going on? I mean, I'm curious to see with Jennifer Lee stepping down if they get new leadership, if new leadership makes a difference.
Have they announced a successor?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I don't think so.
Well, hopefully they get somebody good who will prioritize artistry over popular things.
Yeah. Let's see. Jared Bush.
I recognize the
Um,
name. What else has he done?
Jared Bush is the successor to Jennifer Lee. He was the director of Zootopia.
Okay. Well, Zootopia did have a lot of creativity, and of the sequels that are coming, I think I'm probably most looking forward to Zootopia 2 because of the possibilities that it has.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so hard to know because like Jennifer Lee, I mean, Frozen had some beautiful animation. I mean, there was definitely reason to be hopeful, but it was just not. I don't know.
Hmm.
It was just not a great time for Disney animation, and it's been such a great time for the other studios. So many of them are stepping up their game,
Hmm.
and so Disney really has to do better.
I guess that's one of the bright spots, because like even though I probably would mostly consider myself first and foremost a Disney fan, like if DreamWorks wants to step up and fill in the gaps that Disney's leaving behind, I'm all for it.
It's true. A Wild Robot,
Yeah,
so good.
definitely.
Hmm. But I thought this was cute. This hair jitsu.
It
I
was.
liked it.
I think my favorite part was when her hair started battling his mustache.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, the next one is Downtown. This one was directed by Kendra Vandervliet. She's a rough layout artist at Disney, and she's also worked there almost 12 years. And she said this one was inspired by street art in downtown LA where she lives. And like I said, I can't really describe what is happening in this. Like it's like graffiti is coming to life,
Yeah,
but it is taking this guy along with it for a ride somehow. And she said she purposely did not give anybody faces. She wanted it to be just like a faceless crowd,
shadows.
which is an interesting, like this
Mhm.
character doesn't need a face because this is about the art that is
Yeah,
coming to life.
and I really liked the colors and
Yes.
the. I enjoyed this.
This one, they didn't say there was any Fantasia reference or anything with this, but like I could see this fitting into a
Yeah,
Fantasia.
I could too. And you know what's funny? I could see this being used as a commercial.
Oh, yeah,
Like at the end being like click and opening a Gatorade or something like that or whatever.
definitely. Yeah, it does have kind of a commercial vibe to
Right?
it.
Okay. But yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, it not really a story, just art coming to life, and that's fine. I thought it looked cool. I enjoyed watching it.
Hmm. Yeah. Like I said, these were all under 3 minutes, I think, every single one.
I think Elephant in the Room was a little bit more. I mean, I didn't time it, but it felt a lot longer than the others.
Hmm. Yeah, they were all pretty short.
Hmm. The next one is Jinghua, directed by Jerry Huynh. That translates to Flower in the Mirror. And this one was probably the most stylistically unique. I thought it looked very cool.
Hmm.
This director has worked for Disney for over 6 years, but he now works at Paramount. So he's the one of
Oh.
all of these that have moved to another studio. But with this short, he said that he started out with, he was like trying to thinking about like reconnecting with his past, and for him specifically, he was learning Chinese calligraphy when he was in school. But then at some point, I don't know if it was like before or during the process of getting this made, he had multiple family members pass away in like a short amount of time. And he decided to focus his short on someone trying to get through that kind of a difficulty in their life. And like, even though he wasn't the subject of the story, he made it into a female martial artist grieving the loss of her master. I felt like he infused this with his own story by having the animation kind of resemble Chinese calligraphy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lines
the watercolor.
yes, it was so unique looking. It reminded me of The Tale of Princess Kaguya.
Yeah, me too.
It just looks so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Definitely had a Kaguya feel to it with the watercolors and the way that the characters moved and flowed and the animation. Yeah, really pretty.
Yeah. This is one like you would need a lot more story to flesh this out, but I feel like I would love a whole movie that looks like this. Like
Yeah.
with like I said, it's kind of reminded me of Tale of Princess Kaguya, so it definitely can be done. I don't know that Disney would ever do that, but I want more unique looking animation, and this was so unique.
Yeah. I agree. It was really pretty. Kind of reminded me of the opening credits of Mulan too.
Hmm.
You know, it has that watercolor feel.
Yeah. The next one is Drop by Trent Corey, and this is another one who's worked there almost 13 years. He's been a director for almost 7. This was his first directing job, but he went on to direct Once Upon a Snowman and most recently Once Upon a Studio, which I hadn't
Oh,
realized he was the director of Once Upon a Studio.
I like that. That's the best thing that they've done for a while.
Yeah. And
Huh.
I thought the inspiration for this one was funny because he said this one started because he put a quarter in his mouth and his fiance was like, "Do you know where that's been?" And that started him thinking like, "Yeah, I guess it's been on the ground. It's probably been all over the place." And he started thinking about other things that have been all over the place. And he thought of a raindrop. So this short is about a raindrop falling to earth and having a very short adventure before being evaporated and reforming in the sky only to fall again.
Yeah, I think he even said that he was putting it up his nose. I was like, what? And he just kind of walked over that. I'm like, what are you? Are you 3? Why are you putting lights on your nose? And if I was his wife, I would be very concerned about this. But I guess that was the inspiration.
A very strange inspiration for this, but it cracked me up.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was cute. This one felt the most Pixar-y, I think, of any of them.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too. This one had a 2D, 3D hybrid feel. It kind of felt like if Pixar tried to do something like Paperman.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to the Blue Umbrella
Oh, yeah, I
Pixar.
could see that. Yeah.
And also, I mean, just nobody loves anthropomorphizing items more than Pixar. Like everything has to the secret world, you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. This one, I don't know that there's enough that you could turn it into a full movie, but I feel like the short could have been a little bit longer. See a few more places that the water droplet fell.
Mm-hmm. I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they could have it be a cameo in the Elemental too.
They could.
So,
Well, the next one is Zenith, directed by Jennifer Stratton. She also has worked for over 12 years at Disney. And like I said, she was inspired by Fantasia. And the music was not like a well-known classical piece. She got composer Nathan Curtis to do music for the short, but he's not necessarily a composer. He works at Disney. And I looked up his IMDb page. Like, it looked like maybe he's kind of a floater. He, like, does a little bit of everything behind the scenes. Like, he didn't have any consistent job title with all the stuff that he'd worked on. But he has a few composing credits in between all the other random things that he does. But I felt like the music did manage to capture a bit of that Fantasia feeling, even if it wasn't, like, a straight-up classical, like, well-known classical piece.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. It felt you could imagine seeing this in a Fantasia.
Definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah, this one was really cool looking. It was like, I don't know if it was supposed to be that I'm not a Zodiac person, so I don't know if this was all the things in the Zodiac. I don't think there's a stag in the Zodiac, but it was like a stag that was a constellation,
Yeah.
like leaping through the universe, like either meeting or creating constellations and all these different things in the sky, and then like accidentally creating a black hole that starts sucking in everything.
Yeah, it was the different symbols. The stag constellation is called Cassiopeia,
Oh, okay.
and so then it saw the different ones, the harp and the different, I don't know all the names, but
I think there was a scorpion, and I think
mm,
there's a scorpion in the Zodiac, so I
loves the
wasn't sure.
constellations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one was nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, this one was one that it's like the story isn't much, but it wasn't about the story. It was about the feeling and
The
the animation
artistry.
and the
Yeah.
music. And it was a really cool experience. Another one
Hmm.
that I wanted more of.
Yeah.
I think the one that is the most straight up a story is Elephant in the Room, directed by Brian Scott. This one is the one that I think it was longer than all the others. Like, it wasn't that much longer because these are all very short. But this one was about a little boy who finds an elephant, and his father decides to use this. It's a baby elephant, and his father decides to use it as like a pack animal on their banana plantation. And by the end, the elephant is sad, and they reunite him with his family. And it felt like the most like a straight up old fashioned Disney short. Like, it had a more modern look to it. It reminded me of, was it Fetch? Or no,
Hmm.
Fetch is the name of the other one of these. Feast, the one with the little bulldog.
Yeah, and he even said that, I think, in the intro, that he was really trying to evoke that.
Yeah, and he had worked on that. I think I read that he was head of animation on that. But that style reminded me of that.
Hmm. Yeah.
And also, he was head of animation on Us Again.
Mm, I love that one. That's one of my favorites. Us Again.
Hmm. But I thought this was interesting because he said he was inspired by an experience he had as a kid. He was walking down the street and he felt like hot breath on the back of his neck, and he turned around. There was a baby elephant. Apparently, there was like a circus in town or something. But he'd always thought how cool it would be if he could be able to take the elephant home with him. So this is kind of like what would happen if someone was able to take a baby elephant home with them.
And it was really cute.
It was. It also felt kind of like a music video, and the music was by an artist named Toft Willingham of a band called Spiritual Res, which I'd never heard of, but
Yeah.
it was a great song.
Yeah. It was cute.
Yeah. The last one is Fetch, directed by Mitchell Council, who is currently a tactics supervisor at Walt Disney Animation. I'm not sure what a tactics supervisor is, but he's worked there for almost 12 years. So,
Hmm.
and he said he was inspired by his nephew for this short, how innocently he sees the world. This was about a little girl who was wandering in the woods looking for her pet, Oliver. And you can see that, like, in the background, like, it was almost creepy, but the music never went full on creepy, so it didn't feel too creepy. She was like being stalked by this large creature with glowing blue eyes. And eventually this thing jumps out and eats her, but it turns out he's like a magical creature. And this is her pet, Oliver, that she'd been looking for. And he like has a magical portal of cool stuff in his stomach that she plays with.
Hmm.
And this is one where I felt like I want more of this story, because this felt like the beginning of something. Like, they could definitely take this and turn it into a feature if they wanted to.
It kind of reminded me visually of Orion in the Dark.
I thought that too, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen that movie yet, so I wasn't sure if that, because like the silhouette is reminded me of like the trailer that I saw a while back. I need to watch that one.
Yeah, it was underrated. I
I
don't know
heard it was
why they
good.
just dumped it. I have on Netflix. It makes no sense. But I mean, in as far as the character, it's different. But just the way that it was kind of like the dark became a character,
Hmm.
and this it sort of reminded me of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this one was really cool looking, and I wanted more of it. Like with most of these, I felt like there was, even if you didn't turn it into a feature, I felt like there's enough here that any of these could be fleshed out into something a little bit more than what they are, because these are all so short.
Mm. Yeah. It really did feel like watching trailers
Yeah, it did.
more than
Yeah.
actual shorts in a way.
I feel like with all of these, if they wanted to, they probably don't want to, but if they wanted to, they could do a Fantasia like movie. Like, get all of the directors to each contribute their own short feature bit to it.
Yeah.
Like, flesh it out a little bit more than they've got here. Base it around music. You don't need to have big name talent. You don't need to have a huge crew working on it. But, like, there's enough talent and ideas in this short circuit series
Hmm.
that any of this could be fleshed out into something bigger, and a lot of these could be put together to make a Fantasia-like feature.
Yeah. I would love that. I would absolutely love that
Me too.
if they did that. And you know, when they first announced Disney Plus and streaming, I was so hopeful
Uh-huh.
that it would be a place that they could do more experimental things like that because it wouldn't require the capital that a feature requires or even a DVD release used to require. That
Yeah.
you'd need like so much interest in order for it to be worth it. You could stick it on the streaming service at very minimal costs.
Mm-hmm.
But it just hasn't proven to be the case. They just have not. They've done very little. I mean, I think of a few. I mean, you've got the Spark Shorts and you've got Short Circuit. I wish we could get more stuff like the Visions series
Mm.
on that we got for
Yeah.
Star Wars,
Yeah.
where you have all different anime directors and even Aardman, different people doing Star Wars themed shorts. I
Yeah.
would love if there was more like that, but it just must not be profitable, or they would do it, I guess. But it just seemed like it would be such a small investment,
Mm-hmm.
and like the idea behind these kind of shorts was for a long time for Pixar for sure was that they were nurturing new talent, new voices, and
Yeah.
then they would end up doing a feature or becoming a head animator. And that's why my question starting out this podcast is, where are these people? Where is this artistry? Where is this? What's going on at Disney Animation? Why aren't we seeing now? It's been 5 years since these were made. Why aren't we seeing it?
Yeah. They're definitely, most of these are definitely still there. None of them are directing, though. I think the only
Yeah.
one who, like, for most of these, this was their only directing credit. They're mostly like background artists or tactics supervisor, which I don't know what that is, but it's something that's important enough to that he's done that for a lot of movies. So, but yeah, they're not. These aren't really directors. This was their first and usually only directing job.
Yeah.
So, like, I think they all did a great job, though. So,
Mhm.
give them more to do.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I agree. What was your favorite?
I like different ones for different reasons. I think the one that jumps to mind first is Zenith because, like, I love Fantasia.
Hmm.
But, like, of the ones that I feel like I definitely want more of this, it's kind of a tie between Fetch and Jinghua because I
Yeah.
feel like there's more that can be done. Because, like, Hair Jitsu is cute, but it's fine as a short. Downtown looks great, but I feel like that would be better served as part of a Fantasia-like movie.
Yeah.
Drop is cute, but I think if they did anything more, I just would like a longer short, not like a feature. Elephant in the Room, I think, is cute. I don't know that it needs to be a feature. I think it works as is because it almost feels like a music video slash animated short, and I think it's kind of perfect as it is. Zenith would be great as a part of a bigger Fantasia film, but Jinghua and Fetch, I really like them and I really want more of them, and I feel like there's a feature in there. They would need a lot of fleshing out, but I feel like they could definitely be something greater.
Yeah, I'd say Jinghua is probably my favorite.
Yeah. It's just so unique.
Hmm.
It's such a cool style that we don't see a lot of.
Yeah. I would love to see that at Disney.
Yeah. Disney just needs to branch out and not try to play it safe, because in playing it safe, they're kind of becoming boring, and nobody likes that.
Yeah. Yeah, boring and it's just not good enough right now in this
Yeah.
exciting time of animation.
Yeah, definitely. There's
It's
so
not
much
going to
going
cut
on
it.
in other studios that they need to step up their game. They've
Hmm.
got the talent, obviously. We've just seen 7
Hmm.
examples of the great talent they've got behind the scenes.
Hmm.
They just need to let them do more.
Yeah. Or you're going to have more moving over to Paramount and
Yeah.
Sony and Netflix animation. And,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yeah. Well, I guess that is all for this episode. We have 6 more episodes left of the Short Circuit series, so we will be back next time to finish that off. But until then, would you like to let people know where they can find you if they want more from you?
Yeah, you can find me at Rachel's Reviews on all the different platforms. And we've been doing for Talking Disney Classics, we've been ranking the different franchises for their songs. So, like, we did an episode ranking all the Lion King songs from the Broadway, from the original, from Mufasa, from the remake, and from the sequels. So it was about 35 songs in total. And so that was super fun. We did Lion King, Little Mermaid. We've recorded but haven't posted Frozen and Beauty and the Beast. So super fun. If you like Disney content, you should check out my channel.
Yeah, definitely. And by the time this goes up, maybe those episodes will be released,
It
so
might
you'll have
be, might
plenty
be.
to listen to.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll see you next time to talk about the rest of the short circuits.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and follow my co-hosts as well. My link tree and all of our links will be in the description below. If you want more of my content, all my podcasts are available on YouTube as well as most podcast platforms. If you enjoyed this show, check out one of the other podcasts or check out my Patreon for bonus and extended episodes you won't find anywhere else. We'll be back soon with another brand new episode, so thanks for listening and we'll see you next time.